Hey students, today is Friday, October the 2nd, 2015. I cannot believe we're in October already, but lots of things happen in October that are exciting, such as Oktoberfest, fall break, Halloween. What else? Something, but I can't remember what. Tennessee-Alabama game, that happens in October. If you like that kind of thing, probably going to be a massive beatdown again, as it usually is, but still, be excited about it. You can always hope and dream, unless you're one of the Bakers and you like Alabama. Anyway, here are your announcements. Coming up next week, we have Missed Test, and I sent out a special email about that. It's for students in English 1, 2, and 3 and U.S. History only. If you're not in one of those classes, don't ask me about it. I don't mean to be hateful about that, but it drives me crazy when I'm like, it's only these students, and then somebody's, well, I'm not in one of those classes, and I'm like, doesn't involve you, doesn't concern you. So, don't ask if you're not in one of those classes. Did you know that the Tops mascot is a wolf? We decided that the very first year of Tops. We had a lot of different suggestions and ended up being the wolves. I'd like to be the wolf. Or make it like a paradox and say the lone wolves. I'm stealing that from a movie called Airheads, but still. And we can't ever change it because somebody bought me this wolf that sits on my desk. Look at the work there. You know, it's on a sedimentary rock, and it doesn't look like very stable, but yet the majestic wolf has fine footing on that rock. But anyway, we don't really talk about our mascots. We don't have sports teams. I'm not like, go Wolves, or it's Wolves, as one of my friends says. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that. I really like this thing. I should hold it at all times and creep people out. Just a reminder that fall break is coming up soon, October the 12th through the 16th. If you are behind in classes, I do not expect you to take a fall break. If you're caught up in classes, I expect you to take a fall break. Get the whole week to do whatever you want. Go fishing, skydiving, hang gliding, hiking, climb a tree, plant a tree, build a tree, house, build a cabin, go to a cabin. These are all fall sort of activities, except for hang gliding. It might be too chilly in the fall to hang glide, I don't know. But you should do something outdoorsy, because you spend a lot of your time, it's sedentary, on a computer. And one student accused me last year that Tops made her gain 40 pounds, and I don't want that to ever happen again. No gaining weight, kids. I want you to be skinny as rails when you get out of this school. Bean poles. I mean, whatever you want to do, I don't care. But don't blame us for your weight gaining, because I encourage you to be active. You know, you really should. Like, if you've sat down for an hour, you should get up and walk around for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Go ride a bike. Go just run around the house or apartment or wherever you live. Jump rope. Get a exercise bike. You can find probably an old exercise bike on Craigslist for not much, and put it in the corner and do an assignment and get on that thing and just pedal like crazy. You get one of those gazelles that Tony Little guy sold that says, you can do it. But you can do a lot of things besides gain a lot of weight at Tops. Just saying. We have homestaying coming up soon. I'm not sure right now when it's going to be. Homestaying is where we kind of lampoon the idea of homecoming, and we have different days. And since you're not going anywhere, you're already at home, then you're staying at home, so we call it homestaying instead of homecoming. It's the brainchild of Mr. Lamy, and we're going to try to do that this year again. It's always fun. Lots of contests and stuff. A little shout out to Lex Edwards. Lex Edwards is running a costume contest. I'm sure that Lex will send an email out about that soon. Sort of like a Halloween contest, but we can't call it that because Halloween might offend somebody, so it's just a costume contest. But if you are familiar with the Western tradition of Halloween, where people dress up in costumes and get candy, then it might be like that. in the spirit of that, but not celebrating that. It's just a costume contest. Did you know that your first Tennessee Ready test is coming up in November if you're in English 1, 2, 3 or U.S. History? Something to think about. We'll be sending out information about that when we have it. But it is the week of November 16th through the 20th. Also, the plan the plan test is coming up. Let me pull up my plan test information right quick. Hopefully, I was hoping it'd be quicker than that. On October the 12th in Bristol, October the 12th in Knoxville, 9 a.m. in Bristol, 1 p.m. in Knoxville. And then if you're in Nashville, it's on October the 13th at 1 p.m. So that's coming up for sophomores. Hopefully you'll take that as a precursor to the ACT. You want to do it. It gives you a lot of information about careers and that sort of thing. Take the plan test if you're a sophomore. Our quote, or the thought for the day, is about finding solutions versus making excuses. Hold on, I found a real cheesy quote for this, and I let it go. It's from Tyra Banks, who is a Victoria's Secret model. I mean, it's okay. That's what she chose to do. You gotta work hard when you're a Victoria's Secret model. Anyway, she says, don't make excuses, make improvements. I want to tell you a story. Like, some kids will come to me with, my internet's down, my computer's being repaired, whatever. And we'll sit there for however long it takes, do nothing, get way behind, and have a hard time in school once whatever gets fixed. Other kids, their internet goes out, they go to the library. Their computer goes out, they borrow a computer from somebody. They stop at nothing to get everything done. In their mind, there's no excuse for not having their work done. So it's really just about your attitude. You can either be proactive and dang it, I'm going to solve this, or you can be sort of neutral or passive and just, my computer messed up. No schoolwork for me for 2 weeks. Until 2 weeks has passed, and then you're 2 weeks behind and you've got a ton of schoolwork to do. So be proactive. If you have something happens, not if it goes out for 2 hours. I don't want you to crawling around the McDonald's trying to get your work done. But if your internet's going to be out for an extended period of time, do something about it. If your computer goes out, do something about it. Because here's the thing, kids. When you get to college, nobody cares that your internet's out. Nobody cares that your computer doesn't work. It doesn't matter. Your work's still due. Your professor might grant you an extension, but maybe not. You never know who you're going to be dealing with, and it's not the same thing. There's somebody to call and get them in trouble. They're going to just do whatever they want to do. And so you need to be more proactive, learn those lessons now. If something bad happens, you should have a contingency plan. I know of students who have had problems that download every bit of their work and do it on paper and find a way to scan it and send it in. I've had a kid fax their stuff in because they wanted it in on time, and that was the only way they could do it. So, I don't know, I'm not asking a lot. I'm just asking you to be proactive when you're in this type of learning environment and this type of situation. There are more proactive kids than passive kids at this school this year, and that makes me really proud and happy. But I don't think we've ever addressed that before. It's one of those things that's we kind of just assume that you knew, but maybe not. So be proactive. Have a backup plan for technology failing and go from there. But, don't try to rely on excused absences because you're still getting behind. It's just a thought for the day. That's why it's a thought for the day. But anyway, these have gone on really long. I hope you all have a good day. Good luck with your mist testing. Oh, one more thing about mist testing. I hope people stuck around for the end of these. That I only want you doing mist tests between the hours of 8 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 7 a.m. Central Time, and 4 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 3 p.m. Central Time. I know that skews a little early for you Central people, but it's what you have to deal with. The reason for that is because I might have to go in and do something for you on your test, and I want to make sure it's during my peak availability hours. I'm kind of always available. I think you know that. But, you know, I like to spend time with my family and all that. And, you know, I technically get off work every day at 4 o'clock, at 4:30. I'm not sure even which one it is, since I've never gotten off work early ever, or on time ever. So anyway, but between 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. Hope y'all have a good day and a good weekend. Enjoy the weather. And if anybody's going to the Fall Creek Falls hike, I hope to be there, and I will have my son Henry with me. If the weather's bad, I will not show up. Have a great day.